I would like to thank Ashton Lewis for sending me this story, and it pains me to have to do a video involving this individual right here. If you don't know who this is actor Jason Mitchell. You probably know him best for playing Eazy-E in the movie Straight Outta Compton, in which he gave a very phenomenal performance in that role. A lot of people even thought that he should have been nominated for an Oscar for that role. That's how good his portrayal of Eazy-E was. Since then, he's been in that movie Detroit. He's been in that movie Mudbound, which was also nominated for an Oscar for Mary J. Blige. And he's on the show called The Chi that comes on Showtime, which I love. I love that show. I'm glad they're coming back for a second season. But now Jason Mitchell is under fire for a whole nother reason. So at the BET Awards, and see, I didn't really pay attention to the BET Awards like that, so I didn't catch it. At the BET Awards, he and one of his co-stars that was in the movie Detroit and on the show The Chi, Jacob Latimore, who some of you already know who he is, he's an actor and a singer, were on stage and they presented an award. Now, I do remember him saying some quote, and that was geared towards black people or something like that, but I forgot what he had said. But I didn't know that he had mentioned something in reference to Roseanne. I was like, oh, maybe he came for Roseanne's neck. Nope. According to this article that I'm looking at on Atlanta Black Star, he had said something in defense of Roseanne read that quote into which he said. He said, I think it's tough that society has come to a place where, like, we can't even take a joke anymore. You know what I mean? Like, I grew up on Roseanne, and I don't see no wrong on Roseanne. She's a comedian. I mean, if we can't take a joke, you know what I mean. Then he went and retracted what he said. Well, I'm sorry, let me finish. He says, I want us to all get along. I think we should all be able to coexist and in the meantime, I'll be able to joke about it because it's funny. Then he went ahead and retracted what he had said. Because he claims that he was not aware of the tweets that she had put out there. And then basically the whole, oh, I didn't know she had said that and this, that, and the third. My thing is, how in the world did you not know what she had said and tweeted out there? When she put out what she put out there, and not only just what she tweeted, but also the firestorm that she's under right now because of what she's done, how did you not know that? It's actually fairly recent because it happened a month ago. It's not that old. You mean to tell me it was so much stuff that was going on in your life that not even one time her tweets or what she said about Valerie Jarrett did not once come across your radar, but it managed to come across everybody else's except yours? I find that very, very hard to believe. He could have said anything else, or maybe just not have even acknowledged it at all. Guess whose radar it did come across, Jason? It came across Michael B. Jordan's, because when he made that comment about her at the MTV Movie and TV Awards about saying, I find it kind of hard to believe that I beat out Roseanne for Best Villain. Apparently he knew about her tweets. And and I hate to say it, but he's a bigger star than you. I'm very sure his schedule is about just as busy as yours. So I find it very hard to believe. It's not the fact, I don't think it's the fact that he didn't know. It's the fact that he was being very ignorant with this. And I don't know if he wanted to start drama or have people say certain things about him. But that's not a good thing to do, especially when you're still considered fresh in the industry and still some people are still trying to figure out who you are. Yeah, we know you did a great job in Straight Outta Compton because that was technically his breakout role. And we know that you're doing great on The Chi because that's a very good show. But your resume is still relatively small and people are still warming up to you. You don't want to commit career suicide this early in your career. If you're going to do that, you might as well wait later on into your career until you're well established on a world-renowned level. You're still basically on a national level. Shoot, you're still technically on a black community level, to be quite honest. Because I don't think you've had the crossover success yet. You're still working up to that. But you don't want to do that now, especially since you have a movie that's getting ready to come. I think don't you have? I think he has a movie that's getting ready to come out. If I'm not mistaken, that's coming out soon. So you might want to be very careful about who it is that you talk about and try to defend. But I find it very hard to believe that this guy did not know about Roseanne and her tweets. I find that very hard to believe. I don't believe that for 1 second. I believe he knew. Or somebody around him should have told him, maybe that wasn't a good idea to say. I can imagine how dead silent that room was when he said it. But y'all let me know what you think down in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. And also, if y'all did catch the BET Awards, when he was up on the stage, how was the audience reaction when he said that? Because I didn't. I've heard things, but this is my first time hearing about this. But yeah. And that wasn't probably the best place to make that comment either. I mean, you're in a room full of black people. Like that, no. But like I said, like, share, subscribe, comment, and I will talk to you in the next one.